News, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, looking at the clouds. Maybe we'll get just a little bit of sun as we go through the remainder of the day. Started off with pretty nice sunshine out there in some spots. We are looking for, as I said, the sun. There are a couple of locations that are reporting partly sunny skies, but far and wide, the entire state, especially the lower peninsula, maybe a few cities in the upper peninsula, looking at mostly cloudy skies. We do have Flint. They have some sun there this hour. Lansing, looking at a little bit of sun. And we've also got some precipitation, especially southwest corner of the lower peninsula, South Haven. Looking at some light rain this hour. Muskegon is currently with mostly cloudy skies, but going into the early afternoon, they're going to get a little bit of precipitation as well. Now, all this precip is running in a northeasterly direction from the southwest to the northeast. So we're not anticipating anything in the way of moisture here in the Great Lakes Bay area till later on, much later on this afternoon. My guess is close to sunset tonight is when we're going to have the chance of seeing some rain. The clouds are going to thin out a little bit as we go through the day, so there will be some hazy sunshine out there as of right now. Currently, we do have 65 degrees at the airport, 64 here at Radio Center. Downtown Midland is looking at 66. Downtown Bay City is looking at 64. We have 54% humidity, so it's not all that bad. A south breeze right around 9 miles per hour, 30.02 and falling is our barometric pressure. 70 degrees in Coldwater, Detroit at 70, Adrian at 70, and that's it. Everybody else looking at mid to upper 60s. Then you get up into the UP. We do have a couple locations that are reporting 58 and 59. The majority of them being over on the west side of the Upper Peninsula, where there's more in the way of rain shower activity going on. Taking a look at the radar, quite a bit of precipitation in northern and northeastern parts of Wisconsin, the western side of the UP, moving up into Lake Superior. That's where all that activity is going. And then there's another real heavy band of precipitation that's moving into, southern, southeastern, and eastern portions of Iowa. Also, northern Illinois is going to get hit with some pretty heavy-duty rain squall activity. There have been some severe watches up for northern Illinois here this afternoon and more than likely earlier this evening, but that is going to be moving through rather rapidly. We're also looking at some pretty heavy-duty precipitation that is occurring in sections of the, I want to say the northern sections of Iowa. That activity, they're extremely hard hit, so don't know exactly what's going to happen there with their precipitation. But one thing is for sure, they're not only very wet, but there is a lot of concern as far as what's happening with the precipitation and the crops out in that part of the country. So as of right now, with the help of sun, we're going to need it. We should work our way up probably another 7-8 degrees. So look for a high temperature of right around 73. Some of you might hit 75. We are going to have hazy sun, but clouds as we go into the later afternoon. There will be a frontal system pushing up through. It's going to be a warm front. So that is what's going to generate all the activity for us when it comes to warmer temperatures. Those temperatures in the low to mid 70s won't happen until more than likely after 6 o'clock tonight. We're not going to drop off all that much when it comes to precipitation. That's going to go all the way through the evening hours, kicking in really after midnight as that warm front will work its way up into northern Michigan. 68 is all the further we're going to drop down. So we're actually going to be warmer tomorrow morning than what we are right now. Sun will set this evening at 9:21, rise tomorrow morning at 5:58. And during the day tomorrow, we're going to have clouds and some shower activity around in the early morning hours. But as we move into the late morning and the midday, we're going to see the shower activity taper off. Will become partly cloudy tomorrow. And along with it is going to come some much warmer temperatures, 84 for a high tomorrow, 58 for a low tomorrow night. The showers will be more scattered as we move through the morning, then clearing out as the day goes on. Tomorrow night into the early morning hours on Sunday, there is going to be a chance, ever so slight and isolated, of a shower. So don't rule it out, but it doesn't appear as though it's going to affect much at all. If anything, that precipitation, once again, will be right around the midnight hour, the early morning hours on Sunday. Sunday, we're going to start off with some clouds and then sun, 72, so a little bit cooler once again for a high on Sunday, 52 for a low on Sunday night. Then moving into Monday, mostly sunny skies, 75 for a high. Partly cloudy skies becoming mostly cloudy overnight on Monday night, 56 for a low. And then Tuesday, upper 70s. As we roll into the afternoon hours, the probability of precipitation is going to pick up. And then a pretty good chance of rain on Tuesday night of next week, especially around, once again, the midnight hour. 68 for a low on Tuesday night. Then during the day on Wednesday, clouds and then showers early, but partly cloudy for a good part of the day. Mid-80s for a high on Wednesday. We're looking for mid-80s for a high on 4th of July. During that period, though, there is going to be isolated shower activity popping up. Long range, take us all the way through the 11th of July. Normal as far as our temperatures go till we move into right around the 4th, and then we'll start in with an above normal trend on the temperature, above normal trend on the moisture. Record high in the state is 103, and that was set back in 1971. Incidentally, 1971 was the warmest ever for June the 28th. 103 was our high, 71 was our low. The record low in the state, 47. That was tied in 1930 and 1992. But the coldest ever, 28th of June, was set in 1923. 61 was our high, 49 was our low. And a year ago today, our high was 80 and our low was 54. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. We're having some difficulty with the telephones, but I do have Gary Kaufman on my cell, so we'll be talking to him in just a moment there, and hopefully we can make a connection with Doug Klein. Matthew, have we got any luck there?
Yep, we do have Mr. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
All righty. So, want to remind you, though, first of all, the weather report brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Rummel Agency. You know, they understand the risks that you face as a Michigan farmer and agribusiness owner. They also know that each farm's needs vary like the crops in the field. So they know that you're more than a number. You do have family goals, dreams for your future, and how important all these things are to you. So that's why they want to get to know you one-on-one at the Rummel Agency. so they can help the right farm insurance protection get to you for you and your family. Rummel Agency at Frankenmuth, Saginaw, and Carroll. Along with me right now, Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West, cell phone to cell phone. Gary, some computer problems today, huh?
Yeah, we got a little internet issues today for some reason, and office phones are tied to the internet, so no phones. Thank God for cell phones.
I guess so. I feel your pain. We have that connection as well. Looking at computers, and if the internet goes down, there goes the phones. What's been going on this week with our markets overall, Gary?
Yeah, right now, Terry, the markets overall, it's kind of been a seesaw battle here for the week, but for the most part, it's been a little bit on the negative side, but wheat's kind of trending its values back, kind of breaking even here for the week, and we got positives across the board here. This morning again, third day in a row for wheat, which was down 17 straight days prior to that, and even on the corn and beans here at midday, Terry, we're getting some little bit of recovery from new contract lows in the D's and the November beans, but it's pretty much a technical rally here. It's very short funds are kind of reeling in some of those short positions ahead of a typically market moving report at noon today. So we could get a little bit of excitement here after the noon hours. So we'll see. So
I guess so. Right now on the board, what do you have?
Yeah, right now, Terry, cash and new crop wheat up 2 puts the white at 567 and the red at 492. Cash corn up 3 at 341. New crop up 2 at 371. Cash soybeans up 9 at 1090, and new crop up 7, Terry, at 1032.
You have a great weekend. Hang on for the rest of the day, because I got a funny feeling you're going to have to buckle up.
Yeah, I think I am. I'm tightening the belt now. So.
There you go. We'll talk to you on Monday, okay?
All right. Sounds good, Terry.
All righty. Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. A little bit more in depth as far as what the markets are doing. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining us. Market report brought to you by Thumb Bank, making agricultural loans since 1895. There's a whole lot of challenges out there when it comes to agriculture these days, and the folks at Thumb Bank are ready to help you answer some of the questions you might have. They've got locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay region. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust, an equal opportunity lender, and member FDIC. And by Schaefer and Beerline Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Frankenmuth. That new Ram professional truck season is going on right now. So if you're in the market for one of those trucks or a Ram heavy duty truck, and you want to buy with confidence from a business link dealer that knows what customer satisfaction truly is, now is the time to see them. Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, where family and service sells cars. And don't forget, employee pricing for everyone right now on new Ram heavy-duty trucks that are in stock at Schaefer and Beerline. Doug Klein, good morning.
Well, good morning.
Well, kind of, I don't know if you want to call the debate fireworks or not, but...
Soggy fireworks, maybe. Okay.
Wow. So I don't know what exactly the markets, if it had any effect on the markets at all or not. My guess is there was a lot of anticipation and people just played their cards right on this one.
Yeah, so the S&P hit a new high today, backing off a little bit, but still up. The NASDAQ still up, also hit a new high. The Dow Jones, not so much, but they're tagging along. They're still up. Inflation numbers came in at 2.6 year over year. That's exactly what they expected, but Lord knows in 4 weeks they could say, well, we lied about that. So they can change their mind anytime. But the exciting news I saw today was the Supreme Court said that the federal agencies are out of control. They're too big, they're too out of control, and you can put in about 40 different agencies that are out of control, making the federal government way too powerful in what things they do to us for their benefit, for their own benefit, for the government's benefit. So hopefully we'll see some good things come out of that. As a smaller federal government is a good thing. So anyway, so here are your numbers. July corn, 415, up 1 1/4. December corn, 437 3/4, up 4. July soybeans, 1160 and a half, up 8 1/4. November soybeans, 1113, up 8 1/4. July wheat, 561, up 1 1/4, and December wheat, 603 and a half, up 2. Crude oil just steady, 81.37, down 37 cents. Heating oil is 254 and a half, down a penny and 3/4. Gasoline 252.68, down 1.9 cents, and natural gas 262.60, that's down a nickel. Over to currencies, the Canadian dollar. U.S. dollar buys $1.3687 Canadian, that's down 14 ticks. The yen is still extremely weak. The dollar buys 160.81 yen. That's up another 7 ticks, and it cleared 161 this morning early on. The euro's at 107.13, up 11 ticks. The dollar's at 105.83, down 7 ticks. Gold's at 23.24.30, down 20 cents. Silver's 29.24, up 32 cents. Platinum's at 1,004.20, up 12.50. And copper's at 439.80, up a nickel.
All right.
All right.
So we got this government report coming out at noon. They're
gonna lie, so hopefully they lie in your favor. That's you know,
I sure hope so.
right? That's it.
Yeah. Well, but as you said, they always have a habit about 30 days after.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, well, we need to make an adjustment.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
we'll hang in there. You have a nice weekend, okay?
Thanks. Yep, you
Doug
too.
Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Michigan Truck Spring of Saginaw, your complete parts and service headquarters for light, medium, and heavy-duty trucks and trailers, as well as buses and recreational vehicles. Quality parts and service at very competitive prices for well over 45 years. 800-358-4751 or buy online at truckspring.com. And don't forget, they're open Monday through Friday till 11 p.m. Going to take a break, and then after that, Matthew, who do we have up next?
Up next, we have Eric Sawatsky from Yo and Yo.
But first, this.
The versatile Kubota B Series is a do-it-all tractor. Run powerful attachments that can be easily switched out. It features a hydrostatic transmission and is simple to maintain. The Kubota B Series. It makes the hard work look easy. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
See Kim Weiss at Lingle Equipment, 3001 Sawyer Drive along I-75 at the M81 Carroll exit just south of the Zilwaukee Bridge, Saginaw. Call Kim today at 989-754-7801 or email at k.weiss@lingle1.com.
We're seeing some precipitation move in around the Muskegon area, as we mentioned a little bit earlier, also down in South Haven. But that precipitation is very light, and it is breaking down, moving in a northeasterly direction. So I doubt very seriously if we're going to have to contend with any moisture, again, as indicated, until a little bit later on this evening, possibly around sunset. But Eric Sawatsky at Yo and Yo Accounting, don't let that mess up your weekend, all right?
Well, I'll try, Terry.
There you go. Hey, we have a chance to talk to you this week because we do have a lot of really important things to talk about. And one of them I think we want to touch on right now is that unemployment tax for farm employers.
Yeah, Terry, I think every employer in the state of Michigan typically has to pay in tax to the unemployment agency, and that's basically what funds unemployment benefits when the eligible workers are able to file for unemployment. Each employer typically has to pay tax on the first $7,000 of wages for each employee into the federal government, and then the first $9,500 of wages into the state unemployment agency. So that's what funds that. But I wanted to highlight today there is an exemption for agricultural employers, for those companies that have farm workers that are subject to payroll taxes. So if you have meet a couple of exemptions, you're actually able to avoid having to pay as an employer, pay into the unemployment agency. So if you have cash wages in total of less than 20 grand in any quarter during the year, then you actually are exempt, as well as did not employ at least 10 workers for some portion of a day during 20 different weeks of the year. So that one's a little more complicated to figure out. But if you meet those two requirements, then as an employer, you are completely exempt for those agricultural employees and do not have to pay in unemployment tax at all.
Very good. Again, for more information, if people want to get it, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, you can reach me at 989-793-9830 or go to www.yoandyo.com.
Very good. You have a nice weekend, Eric.
You too, Terry.
Thank you. Eric Sawatsky over at Yo and Yo. We'll take a break and then be right back.
Did you know that today in 2024 you can still buy a brand new SUV for 21 grand? I'm Steve Cook from Cook Chevrolet Ambassador, and I think that's incredible. At a time when everyone in the country is complaining about inflation, at the Cook Superstore, the new and improved Chevy Trax is still available starting as low as $21,000. I can't remember a time when you could buy any SUV for only 21 grand. Well, you can today. And more great news is that at Cook Chevrolet, Chevy Equinoxes are still leasing from $233. Chevy Blazers, still only $269, and Silverados are still available from under $300 a month. Whether you want to buy a Chevy Trax or lease a bigger Chevrolet, get out today to Cook Chevrolet M15 Top of the Hill Ambassador, where we fight inflation every day.
Payments based on 24-month GM employee and family lease, 10,000 miles per year, and includes all rebates. $2,000 cash down due at signing. Call or visit us online at cookchevysuperstore.com. Chevy, together, let's drive.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. You know, they do have a great selection of products from Sure Crop and Nature's that'll help you increase your yields, Mr. Farmer. And, of course, with Certified Crop Advisor Vic Huffer standing by, he'll answer just about any question you might have. They've got sprayer units available, too, that are ready to help you control weed pressure, apply foliar products. They've been serving you, well, since 1983, and it is their business. Freeland Bean and Grain. Usually Chuck Cervinsky joining us right now, but he is a little bit on the busy side. Just briefly, he wanted to touch on mildew on landscape plants. And obviously, because of the wet and the humid weather that we've had, a lot of fungal diseases affecting the trees and the shrubs. Mildew is easily spotted, says Chuck, by the white powdery appearance on the upper surfaces of the leaves. One of the most common areas that we see of mildew is powdery mildew. Those plants that are subject to daily irrigation are the most prone. Landscapes that promote good light and aeration tend to discourage powdery mildew. Some plants, such as roses, that seem to get this disease no matter what. So for most of the fungicides, bonide fungal works well for this. So if you've got mildew as a problem and you need more information on it, Chuck is available at Maple Hill Nursery in Midland. We'll be right back.
We could try to explain what it feels like to get your work done on a John Deere. The way a Z-Track mower finishes in half the time you thought it would. How easily soil gets moved with a 1 Series tractor. Or how it feels to tow up to 4,000 pounds behind a Gator XUV. But if you really want to know what it's like to run with us, you just have to get in the seat.
Contact one of Tri-County Equipment's locations in Auburn Hills, Bad Axe, Birch Run, Burton, Caro, Fenton, Lapeer, Marlette, Reese, Saginaw, or Sandusky, or visit Tri-County Equipment online at tricountyequipment.com.
We've had a lot of questions as far as our fruits are concerned. When are the blueberries going to be ready? Are there still some strawberries out there? Yeah, there still are some strawberries, the late varieties. Blueberries, they're just around the corner, so get ready for that. We'll be back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coins in Bay City at 602 North Euclid Avenue.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on